That comic podcast.
Hello. Welcome to That Comic Podcast. I'm your host, Menti. And with me, as always, are my wonderful sidekicks. First, Mr. Mashko.
Hey, can I kick it?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Yes, you can.
And then there's P Features.
Hello, Internet.
God, it's like a decade of butter. You know what I mean? Just, ooh.
Parquet.
Yeah, it's so smooth. And then there's Buzz. I love it.
Yes.
Gives me energy. Brings me to life. All right. Well, let me just first start off with the fact that don't expect a full show. No, this is going to be a very different show for us. And the reason is that we actually have another interview this week. So this will be another 2 shows a week for you. So because of that, this is going to be a little bit on the shorter side, but every time I say that, it tends to be 3 hours. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm shooting for about 30, 45 minutes here. We'll see what happens. But we got a lot of things to talk about and that we kind of need to catch up on before we get to our wonderful interview this week. But the biggest bit of news, we might as well just jump right into this since time's of the essence. Let's start talking about good old Spider-Man, because I don't know if anybody noticed, but he is everywhere right now because they decided to show us some cloth.
What was the thread count?
It was the thread count. It was the thread count. That's absolutely. Actually, I'm sure that's the analytics. We got a really cool two-day teaser. We got a teaser of just kind of a quick weird flyover of what the suit could potentially look like, kind of teasing what Spider-Man 4 is going to look like as far as, good old Peter. But then right afterwards, the very next day, we get a full shot of Tom Holland in the studio as the studio doors open up, showing us exactly what the suit's going to look like. And I got to say, I'm with the internet. I'm pretty happy with the design of the suit. I mean, I feel like you can't be upset with it, but it might be my favorite.
Listen, is this a byproduct of James Gunn putting all his Superman stuff out when he started filming?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't think so.
Copying each other.
No, because I don't feel like they did this ever with like Spider-Man.
Well, I think they realized they couldn't get away from it. I think they realized they have to shoot. They have to do that. We've all seen the tank video that's floating around on the internet. If you haven't, go ahead and Google that unless you're looking for spoilers. But good old Tom on top of a tank seems to be all over the place. And I think the reason they went through this is they were like, it's going to be impossible to try and hide this from the public. There's too many photographers. I mean, hell, the shot itself, when you actually watch the video of the tank going down the street, the amount of people who are lined up on the sidewalks to watch it being filmed, it would be impossible to try and keep that suit under wraps. So I thought they just made the smartest move they could, which is like, let's just release it before we even attempt to try and hide this.
Yeah, I think that they know now the crowd is kind of into this about their products. And the Punisher stuff kind of hit pretty good too before it. So it was like, hey, let's just keep it rolling. Let's show them some stuff. Because the Punisher footage came shortly after the cycle of them talking about the Punisher being in the Spider-Man movie.
Very true.
So I feel like it's almost like a chain reaction of what you're seeing here.
Ooh, actually, you know what, Mashko? You might be right. The more I think about it, you might be right with Superman. Because, and not for the reason you're thinking. I'm thinking of the video that was released of David Cornsweet, obviously trying to cover up the suit. But he was hanging out with all the kids.
Yeah.
Right. And there was just Superman giving high fives to all the kids hanging out on set. And it was just this really kind of heartfelt moment. Well, how much footage did we just get of Tom Holland interacting with all the fans dressed up as Spider-Man? But in a bigger sense, because he was surrounded, because he was up against the wall talking to everybody. So I think it was just to kind of capture that same vibe that the Superman marketing brought to it. Similar to Deadpool, Superman changed the marketing ever so slightly with the way that they leaned into viral online moments. And I'm thinking that's what we're seeing now. Go ahead, Features.
So you think like with Superman, with Spider-Man, they're marketing the actual character. And when I say that, I mean like the character of the character, if that makes sense.
No, I think this goes into the day and age of everything is content.
Okay.
I think that's really what this is that they're going to film. They might as well make some viral buzz around it at the same time if they can. Hey, Buzz, how are you?
Hey.
Anyway, what are you thinking there, Viral Buzz?
No, I don't think anything's by accident at this point, and it is tough to hide everything. That everybody is so like spy-like now, and even the NDAs aren't working. The people on the set are the sharing the stuff. So, yeah, I just think at this point you embrace it. You know, you don't give too much away. You don't want to ruin the movie, but at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, we're going to start doing it. Give them a little peek. They'll get excited about it. It gets buzz going. No pun intended, but it really does.
It does get buzz going.
It gets going, man. Everybody's talking about it now. They're looking at the comics, you know, and you know the way the fans react to this stuff anyway. You got to give them a little bit. It's dominating. The superhero stuff is dominating, so they're looking for it.
Did you see that Superman jumped sales up for Superman books?
Oh, I'm certain. I mean, just the fact that DC was putting them in the gas stations again, it was like, yeah, like it's. You know, this is the chance to try to get new readers, new fans. Yeah, let's go.
I think it's going to work. And I think they really want Spider-Man to have the same kind of vibe that Superman just had.
Right. I mean, feel good.
Yeah, and it fits. He is the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So that, like, footage like that where he's, like, piling around with everybody, that works in Marvel's favor. And I do like the strategy of give him the obvious and what we can save for later, definitely do. That's the magic. Always has been, I think.
Well, and I think they also know with Tom Holland, it kind of doesn't make sense to try and hide that. I mean, he is the one to tell you that Spider-Man's in space or Spider-Man's in a lake or I'm signed on for 3 movies. Oops. Like, so when he gives his first interview going Spider-Man on a tank, they don't have to worry about that. Go look it up. You know exactly what Tom's talking about. But I do love the suit. I mean, obviously the suit is an amalgamation of Toby and Andrew's suit mixed with the final scene that we got in No Way Home. So it's essentially the No Way Home final shot, just kind of darker in tone. That looks a lot more like Andrew Garfield's, like color scheme wise, is very much Andrew Garfield's, but still the raised webbing. And then the logos look very, very similar to Toby and Andrew's, specifically on the back. Because the one thing I loved about the No Way Home, not No Way Home, Homecoming. The Homecoming suit was that he originally had the spider emblem on the back that everyone seems to forget. Yeah, the fat spider in the back.
Yeah,
that
so
everyone
I was wondering
ignores.
about that. Yeah, I've seen that. He had it, right?
Tom had it. First suit had it in the back. And then in the black suit, he loses it and it goes to that white spider. And then after that, we get to the Tony Stark suits. But we had one suit that had the fat spider in the back. So I was a little annoyed when I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was looking for that too. I want that back. I feel like that's
well, picking wedgies.
Sorry. Wedgies.
Sorry. For anybody who's listening, Moshko pulled up Tom Holland picking out a wedgie.
Was sticky there, huh?
He really wants
the red.
I know you want us to look at the emblem, but it's really hard to not see the thumb in his ass. Poor guy. Poor guy can't even he's rigged up by
This
3 or
one's
4.
even better.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good shot.
Come on, Tom.
Actually, now that you brought this image up, his web shooters are interesting.
Yeah.
The web shooters are bulky as hell, and I guess it's
they're
based on the web shooters that he had in his homemade suit. Because remember, those look a lot like why can't I think of his name? Brand Riley's Scarlet Spider-Man.
Yes, the way they go around.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that this is just part of that attached to the suit. But again, I love the fact that Peter seems more like he has his own identity, opposed to this is MCU Spider-Man. He feels a lot more just like Spider-Man.
Yeah. I was gonna say when I first saw it, my instinct was, why does this look like the other suits? And then I started realizing, like, oh, somebody probably was like, let's just use a little bit of like everything as like an Easter egg. And then, of course, because there's so much love for the other Spider-Mans, everyone saw it right away. That was like, oh, it's kind of like a hybrid.
Well, I think, and they want to capture that. They want to capture the essence of people like us who have this nostalgia for the past. I mean, look at everybody breaking down Superman's costume, and they were like, "That's the cowl from New 52, and that's the logo from Kingdom Come, and those are the lines also from New 52 and the CW." And like they try and pull all the elements from all of the different Superman over time. Where with Spider-Man, it actually makes the most sense that he would be pulling from the other eras, seeing as how he's directly influenced by those characters.
That's
right.
Cool.
And you would still get this. You still got the same people in those comments saying, "Well, that's not the right blue." What I do want to show you. This is kind of what you were talking about earlier. Like this is if that's not a PR moment right there.
It's a PR moment.
That's cool.
Come on.
That is cool.
And I love that. I love that about the fact that Tom Holland's been willing to do that since day one.
Hold on, wait. You see this one kid? He's like right next to the guy with the green shirt on. That's a Peter Parker looking kid, if I must say so
with
myself.
the dots.
This guy.
Yeah. He's waiting for his moment.
So yeah, but so is she.
They're all actors. They're all extras.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Everybody got a paycheck.
Yeah, everyone got $50 that
As
day.
soon as the photo was taken, thank you all. You can go.
Stan would love it.
There's no question that they are trying to emulate that same kind of connection that Superman had to audiences.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't think, while Fantastic Four is going to make more money, I don't think Fantastic Four had the same kind of grip on the audience as much that Superman did. I believe it's there, and as you know, I will say this every time that Buzz pointed out of that it is a celebration of comics, but it's a celebration of a different kind of comic. It's a very specific celebration where Superman tried to just grab a generalized audience. And I think Spider-Man, this would have been Superman versus Spider-Man, Superman would have lost, no question.
Yeah,
No
Spider-Man's got a
question.
big head start right now.
Well, think about this. We just saw his costume,
Yes.
and that has taken over the airwaves of everything. Doesn't matter what else is happening. Everything else is now, at least in our world, is gone for
Yeah, it's all Spidey at this
what
point.
tone of blue we got. Are the webs raised?
Which is cool when they are, but is it necessary? Do we like really need the raised web pattern?
Yes, because Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Don't ask silly questions.
Okay, I'm just listening.
Come
Some
on
people
now.
might.
And those people would be wrong. They got us several costumes for themselves in Homecoming and No Way Home, and now we're going back to what we've known and loved from it forever. And you know why the raised webbing is so cool? Is the light that reflects off of the raised webbing. That's what makes it cool. Is it adds this little level of detail and a little gloss as lights move around him that you don't get when it's just a cloth suit like in No Way Home, or not No Way Home. Homecoming. God, the home movies.
Home.
Home movies.
I'm very happy to move to Brand New Day. What I mean, are these going to be the Day trilogy?
Spider-Man Home Alone.
I could see Tom
I'm
going.
giving Disney ideas. I'm just feeding them the ideas.
Actually, yes, I could absolutely see that moment happening. All right. Well, I mean, I feel like we gave that as much time as we were possibly going to give a 2-second costume reveal. Let's move over to one surprise was not expecting, but one we were expecting, and I've been waiting for a chance to talk about this. Twisted Metal. Did we get a chance to watch the first couple episodes of Twisted Metal?
Hell yeah.
Yikes, I didn't. Sorry.
Well, spoilers ahead.
Oh,
You know what? It's fine. I'll listen because I'm going to watch it.
It's so good.
this show is so much
Is it-
fun.
It's fun. That's the thing. It's stupid in all the best ways.
All right. So since you've seen it, let me ask right now, how does it compare to the first season?
Well, it's hard to say. It's only 3 episodes
Only
in.
3 in.
But we're moving towards a tournament,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
like
moving
the
to
whole-
the
yeah,
actual
okay.
game of Twisted Metal. Hell, he played the actual game Twisted Metal in the first episode, which I thought was a weird little kind of meta. Wait, why? Like, wait, so Sweet Tooth is trying to kill as many people as possible because he's upset that the world doesn't see him as the world's worst serial killer. Every time he starts killing people, someone goes, "Are you the baby man?" or something, and he'll go,
then he has
"What?"
to hunt down the baby
Yeah,
man.
then he has to go find out who that person is.
Baby man, by the
Was
way.
terrifying.
My God.
That guy was gross as hell. But then wouldn't everybody know who Sweet Tooth is if there was a video game that they'd all have played starring Sweet Tooth?
Guy lights his head on
Did the
fire.
game in the show say Twisted Metal or they?
Oh
just,
yeah, no. You know, he's
okay.
being-
They went all out.
when the tournament was announced, he's essentially that's the premise so far, is he's being forced to train to race. And he doesn't really want to. He just wants to stay in the city. And then he comes across, what was her name? Who shoots him in the first season and then leaves. The main character.
Quiet.
Quiet. That's right. She's got the weirdest name. Yeah. And so then it's all about reconnecting with Quiet. I only watched the first 2 episodes. I got one more to go. Oh, the
third
one's good. Did
Yeah.
Axel show up in the third one?
Maybe.
Yeah, all right. I've been waiting for Axel. Axel is the dude with the 2 big wheels, the guy that's in the middle of the 2 wheels in the game. It just has the rockets underneath the platform he's standing on, but he's just 2 arms and 2 giant wheels.
I can't wait
Yeah,
to see that.
I'm
in the
excited
show.
for Axel.
And I just want to say, immediately, it's already doing the thing that Mortal Kombat should have been doing. it's moving right into the tournament.
Although to be fair, it's season 2.
You had to get through the whole
yeah.
first season to get to.
But the first season did end with a tournament. I mean, it ended with the most
Battle,
twisted metal fight I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why this show is so good for anybody who hasn't picked it up or have been on the fence about it is that it knows what it is.
Oh yeah.
It is not trying to be some intellectual. It is just a fun nonsense show of a lot of murder.
When I start to think Mackey's fallen off his acting game,
Nope.
this show comes back and I'm back on his.
No, Mackey's a lead. It's not his
He's
fault.
a lead, but I know you hate this movie. I know you can't stand it, but Pain and Gain, he is so good in that.
He was.
And that's the type of acting and characters he should
Or
be
the
playing.
banker. You know, like he's done some other things.
Pain and Gain, I always go back
Pain
to.
and Gain. Oh God.
Clarence.
He was great in 8 Mile.
Yeah, he was a hell of a Clarence. We all hated that Clarence.
Yeah. His parents had a real good marriage.
Yeah, so Twisted Metal, I mean,
Come from a good neighborhood.
it's not as good as season 1 so far, in my opinion.
Okay.
But that does not mean it's bad by any means. Season 1 was a sleeper that we didn't expect to be great. Now I'm going into it with expectations. That's going to affect things. It's like Guardians 2 versus Guardians
It's getting
1.
better reviews than the first season.
Ooh.
We'll see.
I'm gonna
I
check it
got
out.
one more episode to go. I don't know if I'm with them yet. What'd you say, Buzz?
I said I'll have to check it out. I never played the
fun.
game. I've never watched it, but I'm familiar with the clown. So I was just
Yeah.
like,
There's a
Sweet
decent
is great.
amount of gore and blood and all that. So
you don't have to really. You can enjoy it if you've never played the game, right?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it doesn't. It barely has anything to do with the game.
It
It's
just looks like Mad Max to me. I don't really.
it kind of. You know
that's it.
what?
Yeah.
It's Mad Max. What's it? It's not. I wouldn't go as far as Mad Max meets Deadpool, but it's.
Fast and Furious.
You know what? It's Mad Max meets 21 Jump Street.
That's probably
the
why I like
remake.
it.
I knew it.
Cars
Yeah,
and family. Cars and family. That's what
Well,
this is
the-
about.
But you know how the 21 Jump Street knew it was bad, and
Yeah.
that's what made that remake good
Yeah.
with Ice Cube. That movie's stupid as hell, but it was so funny. And that's because it knew what it was. And this is the same exact way. So it does its best to make you feel, any longtime Twisted Metal fans, all 12 of you, I'm sure, are thrilled. But for the rest of us, we've got reasons to look forward to it getting Twisted Metal-y. Becoming more Twisted Metal-y.
Twisted Metal.
Is that better? All right, it's
Yeah.
better. All right, but it's a bad show, but it's also a great show. It's one of the best things that's on TV, but it's not, don't go in there thinking Schindler's List. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If you want that, go with Dexter.
right, go watch The Bear or something. That's not this show.
Yeah.
All right, let's move over. Dexter's so good. If you bring up Dexter on this show, it will derail me. There's no question, because I'm just holding back from talking about Dexter most of the time. All right, let's move over to a sleeper I wasn't expecting to drop. It actually dropped, 4 weeks early? But Eyes of Wakanda, out of nowhere, 4 episodes dropped. And I believe it's like a month and a half early. And it is somewhat anthology series of the history of Wakanda and the history of the MCU and how Wakanda has affected it. Like, so for example, I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I'm excited for the third one because that's the one that, what's his name shows up? Iron Fist. Their version of Iron Fist shows up in that. But like the second episode was all about Achilles and how he's known for his Achilles heel and how Wakanda played a role in that.
What? Like the
Wow.
Greek?
Right.
Did-
The Greek, yes, absolutely, 100%. The Trojans, the Trojan horse, and how Wakanda was there.
They were there.
They were there
Wakanda
to a
was
point
there.
where that's why I like. There's some nuance to it. Like I don't want to get too spoilery, but they're not necessarily great.
No.
the Wakandans, like they're still very much hiding from the world. So like there's this moment where, without getting too spoilery, one of the Wakandan soldiers is in deep within within Achilles' group, and it's like Achilles' best friend. And there's this kind of breakdown because at some point he has to think about Wakanda first, but he can't tell anybody because no one knows about Wakanda. So you have Achilles who's like, you're a traitor and a spy, and you're trying to take us down from the inside. And he's like, no, you don't understand. I can't tell you why, but it has nothing to do with you, bro. Just relax. Leave me be. But it becomes this dragged out fight that's really great, but it's sad because they're not wrong. He is technically a spy for somebody else. He's not the spy they think he is, but he's not. He's not there for them. Even though to him they're like his family. Like this is why I love the nuance of it. Like he gets to Wakanda and he's like, "Please send me back into the field. I've been in the field for the last 10 years. I can't live here." Like people who have, I mean, obviously I don't know this from firsthand account, but things like people being in prison for too long and can't get out. Right, they feel uncomfortable and they want to find their way back into prison. That's kind of how it felt like he was talking. Like, I have to get back into the world because I can't deal with Wakanda because I've just been so used to war and the life that he was leading. So that second episode gave me a lot of faith for the next two because again, there's only 4 episodes. But the first episode was okay. Second episode was great. You're gonna win me over with Iron Fist, so I know the third episode's gonna be pretty good. Fourth episodes, I have no idea. And that honestly, Marvel animation last couple episodes usually are weak. I mean, come on, what if?
Yeah.
Last couple episodes, all right. But that's not true for X-Men '97 though.
No,
That's
X-Men
not true for
'97 was great the whole way through.
But I'll say Spider-Man. What's the other one? Friendly Neighborhood. That last episode was weak too. Remember, they wanted to make it that full circle.
Yeah.
Them testing Spider-Man, sending it back in time is what turned Spider-Man, put him into like an infinite loop thing. I hated that.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass.
I mean, that's it. Those are my thoughts. I haven't finished it, so I have no idea if it's great or if it deserves another season. I do know it's done by like the storyboard artist from the first 2 Black Panther movies that eventually became the animator for the show. Which is kind of cool. That's why it has a little bit of a unique feeling to the animation.
Yeah, that is cool.
What'd you think of the first episode, Peach?
That first episode actually was wildly interesting because I thought that in Eyes of Wakanda we would see a little bit of like Black Panther, but surprisingly enough, it's not there. But you get to, like you said, you're finding out like how Wakanda maneuvers and operates around the world. It's like we know if you watch the Black Panther films, you know they have spies all over the place, but this is kind of like taking it from a different time period.
Well, and you can also see how the Wakandan weaponry evolves. Like, for example, there is no Black Panther suit necessarily at the time of Achilles, but like the one guy has a vibranium armor. I shouldn't say arm, but armor. So like he hits a thing, and all of a sudden all this stuff comes down on his arm, and he just has this power fist that he's punching with. Like that's this hulking dude with this one. He's One Punch Man out of nowhere with the vibranium that just surrounded his arm, which was cool. I like with Shiri's guns and even the way that Killmonger's suit worked. Like I like the variation in some of the suits. Like I kind of wish the light daggers would show up. Is that what they're called? I forget what their actual name. But remember, how
the ones that Dora Milaje had?
No. Black Panther has an ability we've never seen in the MCU, but the comics do all the time, where he just makes like light constructs like a Green Lantern and throws like daggers and spears and axes that he makes out of like an energy from vibranium that he's able to like wield.
Yeah, it took me a minute to catch up, but yes. That would be interesting. I don't know. I never understood how that worked. Like, did he have to get hit first? Because it seems like it's kinetic energy that
it's comic books, man.
Yeah.
Don't try. Again, we're talking about throwing light daggers and those hurting people.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, there's only one other person who can actually cloak. Cloak is the only other person who goes, I've seen this before. And that's the nerdiest comic book joke. That's got to be, come on. The fact that 2 of you didn't laugh. Cloak and dagger, light daggers, come on.
There is like,
I love Cloak.
Yeah.
Cloak's cool.
Cloak needs more. Cloak had a really cool CW show. It wasn't really a CW show. It was a Hulu show. But that wasn't bad. But it could have been so much more. Should have been so much more. It's like those are 2 characters I'm surprised they haven't done more with.
It's interesting. Cloak and Dagger always sort of had that same vibe to me as like Swamp Thing and the female counterpart. It was like Abby.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It was a cool combo.
Well, especially with Cloak and Dagger with them bringing Mephisto in. I forget what book was this from? That Mephisto essentially is using those 2 as a battery
What?
That they're each feeding off of each other. I forget
Positive,
how
negative.
that works. Yeah.
Agony and ecstasy.
Well, and that
Hey.
she gives off a life force that Cloak needs to constantly
be around.
Right, because it soothes him from the kind of pain that he feels from the darkness, and that darkness lets him feel pain and torment. But that pain and torment is like a battery to Mephisto, from what I understand. I could be wildly off base.
No, I think you're accurate.
No, I think
something
you're right.
along the
That
lines where
sounds
they're
familiar.
a battery to power him because they're usually in pain if they're not around each other, something like that. I forget how it works. I'm just making stuff up now. All right. This
Comics.
is comics, exactly. I'm sure I was right and wrong at different periods of time. All right, let's move on over to comics. I think that's the best segue to comics that we're going to get to. And let's talk about the best of the best, the one that I cannot believe they're ending in another 5 issues.
Ah, come on. Don't. Let's not even talk about that part. We just got to.
We have to talk about Ultimate Spider-Man because Ultimate Spider-Man 19.
Dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Venom's reveal.
Yes.
Was so good.
Kingpin ran away.
I felt it was a little too early in the
Yeah.
book, though.
Oh, it was instantly.
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
Well,
by the way, he could ruin
It was a
everyone.
carryover. Yeah, I mean, it was a carryover from last issue where the cliffhanger was he was there.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
all were
he
like,
was
oh,
set
man.
up.
What's going to happen?
He's-
Yeah.
You know, baby Parker's going to get messed up. And nope. Nope.
It was
I'm
so
going
funny.
to eat everyone.
Well, I love it. Close your eyes, son. That's all I
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
It was
Don't look.
funny. I read it, and then like I instantly when I finished, I was like, "Hey, I was like, Minty, did you read Spider-Man yet?" He was like, "No, not yet." I was like, "Ooh, that just shut up instantly." I was like, "I don't want to ruin that for you."
I truly believe that when this is all said and done, the Ultimates universe isn't going anywhere.
It should.
The Ultimates will turn into the Avengers. It'll be the Ultimate Avengers. It'll have Wolverine on it. It'll have Spider-Man on it. And then we will get Ultimate Venom. And it will be the story of the kid and then Felicia Harding.
Ooh.
Because there's no
I
way
read that.
you can stop this book. There's no way. It's too good. Not only is it too good, it's making too much money. In the world of comics, its sales are crazy.
Yeah.
It's like every other week, number one gets more valuable. Like, I cannot believe they would pull the plug on this, knowing Marvel, who will drive any theme that does even pseudo well into the ground. Venom did well with King in Black, and we dealt with subpar Venom books for like 7 years after that.
Yeah. There's even a skit about it.
I should say they're all subpar. Some of them were pretty good, but for the most part, you're just getting. I'm Venom heavy. Hell, DC's fair game with this too. Look at not King of Black.
The Absolute Universe.
No, Batman Who Laughs.
Oh yeah.
Drove him into the ground to a point where it was just too much, because that's what comics do. They go, oh, this makes money. Let's keep doing this until it stops making money. So it's hard for me to believe that Ultimates is going away, even though they keep saying Endgame's around the corner.
Yeah. It shouldn't go away. And I remember when it first started saying like if somebody wanted a good jumping on point for comics or just the Marvel universe, this will be a good one. It's not the exact Marvel universe, but it's something. And we don't know whether or not they might lean into this as it being the main thing going forward.
You're not wrong, because it's not a bad book for anyone to pick up and read. Anyone's going to jump into this book and love it. Or
Right.
well, maybe they won't. Maybe their name is Lance. But other than that, never mind. It's not a good jumping on point to the greater or the greater Marvel universe.
Right. Okay.
It's not a good 616 jump off. Like the last Spider-Man #1 was probably the best for that, because it is so outside continuity that if you are trying to jump into comics, this is not a good book to pick up. It would be like picking up Earth X if you wanted to learn about the Avengers. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you're not wrong, but
I feel like it's an excuse to do the characters in a different form. Like, and then you have to fill it in with a good story to keep people in.
it's for people like me. It's for schmoes like me who have been going, why don't you just let Peter Parker have kids and be married?
Right.
Why does he have to always be angry and upset? And they're like, you know what? Fine. Hickman, you shut them up. And he did. He shut us up in a beautiful, wonderful way.
Yeah. And I would like him to keep shutting us up with this Ultimate Spider-Man series, regardless of what they say about it ending, because it is phenomenal and it should keep going. There's no real reason to end this.
But I guess that's a big question. I guess this is a question for you, Buzz. For continuity's sake, so you're saying that it's another variation and change in the character and a new way of telling that story, and it seems as though that every character is getting that kind of book right now is a way to kind of I don't know it's to pull. It's not even to get new readers because it's not for new readers. I don't think Ultimate Spider-Man is for new readers. I think Ultimate Spider-Man is for old Spider-Man readers.
You're right. Yeah, I noticed 2012 to 2016. It was all about sales surrounding like Thor's a girl now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like just switching stuff, moving stuff around.
The onomatopoeia is this guy. Oh man, that made me so happy.
I can feel it in the air tonight.
I thought it was Law and Order. That's what I thought he was doing.
Yeah, sort of doing. I don't know why I did it.
The Netflix intro.
But yeah, it's like the intro to like everything's a mashup. I remember going and buying kids toys, and it was like all the pops, and it was like just mashing the characters together, and it's like cool. I loved all the designs. Like, oh, a new character, new form. Now, hurry up and write the story around why we have this because we sold these variants, and we sold this cosplay, and we sold this pop vinyl, and it's like it's awesome. Who doesn't want to see new costumes, right? But it's become like trite and like it's their formula now. Their formula now is it's no longer rebooting a new number one. The formula now is rebooting a new number one, but it's Thor is Black Panther. It's Spider-Man is Green Goblin. It's
no,
like,
you're right. Marvel's been doing that since All In. Like as soon as once Secret Wars ended and All In started, and that's when we had. You're right. That's when Jane Foster's Thor popped around, and we had Unworthy Thor. Well, that's because they try to give everybody what they're like. Get your cake and eat it too. Because we had 3 Spider-Men, we had 2 Captain Americas, the Spider-Man. We had Spider-Mans. 2 Thors. We had who else? I'm missing a bunch. Anyway, regardless, they had 2 Wolverines because that's when Laura Kenny went by Wolverine again. Or for the first time. So they were really trying to give the next generation of characters plus the previous generation of characters. But even more than that, Buzz, it seems like Marvel has done nothing but merge characters for the last 15 years, going all the way to Punisher getting the War Machine suit.
I agree. It's always going to sell. Like composite Superman as a character that's like half Batman, half Superman. It's like, oh, I love both. I don't know which one. Oh, here's an idea. Let's give them a comic that has both of them in it and try to write the story to fit it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, it's all about, you want to write a good story in a comic, you know what I mean? But sometimes the idea of the mashup or the Elseworlds thing is enough to sell it with a visual and a new costume. And so you don't have to pay attention to, Donny Cates is a great writer, but most of his successes is doing spins on histories, spins on, it's this instead, like Cosmic Ghost Rider is that it's 3 characters in one. Yeah. It's cool, but it's a kind of a cop out to come up with a new idea rather than just writing something like Hulk, which is on issue 27. That's a consistent plot. It's like watching 12 seasons of something.
I will say that of all the people who were doing it, Donny Cates did feel like the best at it.
He made it the most fun and made it trendy.
Oh, and he made a really good backstory for all of it. Like Cosmic Ghost Rider's backstory and surrounding tale, the whole King Thanos book was beautiful. King in Black was really good. And I also really liked Cosmic Thor. I thought all 3 of those books were good, but then you had like Loki becoming Sorcerer Supreme not too long ago, and now here Doom is Sorcerer Supreme.
Yawn.
Yeah, right. It's just you're right. It feels formulaic in that regard for Marvel because DC doesn't seem to do that as much. But the Fortnitification of a lot of it also.
That's what it is.
The Fortnitification
DLC
pop culture is crazy, and don't get me wrong, it's. I understand why some people hate it, but like in Magic the Gathering right now, sorry guys, everybody, all these crossover cards keep coming out that the rest of the community's pissed about, but Features and I are so excited. Like I just bought some Spider-Man cards and I'm so excited about that. But a lot of people are like, you just turned our favorite game into Fortnite. It's like, yeah, everything's turning into Fortnite. Godzilla's fighting the Ninja Turtles. Everyone needs to shut up about it.
You're right. Do you want this to keep going on?
No, Features. No.
So any movie comes out and you have to put the characters in Fortnite? Is that what we're saying?
Basically, yeah.
Or well, it's just that everything has that same mentality of we have to take those characters and mix them with our IP and our brand.
Didn't they put Fantastic Four in Fortnite?
Fantastic Four skins? Oh, yes.
There's the mention.
Oh, yes. I knew. I saw where he was going. I was just going to, I'll slam dunk it.
Thank you.
I feel like whoever's around the water whoever's around the editorial room talking about this stuff, I feel like it comes up in conversation kind of like, you know what we should do? We should do, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. Like merge this character and that character. And it's like, how about somebody just go home and write a really good story for what the character's like about? And come back with that and then hit me with a one-sheet pitch that you can read in 1 minute to sell me a new plot line for the character that takes the character where it's never been taken before. Not, what if Doctor Doom had Doctor Strange's cape?
Well, no, I
Like,
completely
the effort
agree.
is like zero.
Well, it's either that or it's everybody's fighting for a reason.
Right.
It's either some kind of like when the Phoenix Force was coming, and then everyone was like, "We gotta all fight to find out who the next Phoenix is going to be." And then it was Echo, and we're like, "Oh, because the Echo show's coming out." Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, now we've got KO with DC, and that's like, all right. Well, I mean, if you really think the end of this story arc that you've got with Absolute should end with just everybody fighting each other, I mean,
yeah,
cool.
they're doing it because Secret Wars is coming. You know, it's like so in comics, I forget who said it, one of Kirby's anchors, but it was like you're allowed to rip off the other guy about 8 times before you were considered a hack.
8 times.
I like that.
Jeez.
8 before you were considered a hack. So this is just what they do. The same way that they took, Gaines, who created Tales from the Crypt, took the comic strips, folded it 6 ways, and stapled it and sold it for 10 cents on a rack when it was last week's Sunday Funnies. Like, it's just, comics are a throwaway art form. So, like, they can be great, like Watchmen, a well-written thing, front, beginning, middle, end. But it is a throwaway art form. It's kind of like, well, let's just see if this works. You know what I mean? Let's just see if this works. And when they do, when they don't, the margins, they don't really care. They're just looking at it and it's like, that one kind of lost. Let's go this way now. Everybody's a zombie now.
All right.
Everybody's a Venom now. And they kind of don't really, the heart gets taken out of creating this stuff because they're okay with throwing away the idea when it doesn't work.
I completely agree. But I also think I have to defend comics in 2025 and 2024 ever so slightly, because we bitched on this show for a good long while about the state of comics. And then all of a sudden, the last 2 years, we were all going, I don't know what everyone's complaining about. I'm reading Captain America was great.
Yeah.
No, there's good books. I was just
Plastic Man had a great book.
I'm talking about the mashups. I'm talking about why they do the character flips. Is because
well, no, you're right. And it's still very present. It's still extremely present. I mean, obviously, Dr. Doom. It still feels like it's their fallback when someone doesn't have an interesting pitch.
Right.
And if they go, oh, we got nothing else to do. All right, we'll just put the Carnage symbiote on so-and-so.
We have to keep this character alive. We have to keep it coming out in a new way. Let's merge two together that they haven't seen yet before. I mean, I think Mary Jane as Venom is a perfect example of that. It's like, who can be least put in there that they would ever guess? Right.
Yeah, it's just subverting expectations.
Let's get them talking about it because it's going to be stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very.
Well, I still think that comics, at least the people who run marketing in comics, focus entirely too much on social media clicks,
on something else,
and
not the actual
purchases.
books. Yeah, like I'm reading Hawk, and I'm on issue 27, and I'm easily going to read it into the 40s because it's like a building storyline. You know what I mean? The way they used to do them in the Bronze era.
I was about to say, Buzz, tell me about Hulk.
Oh, well, yeah, it's there's this place called the Hawkscape where like Bruce Banner is trapped in it, kind of like the Upside Down in Stranger Things.
What?
And Hawk is running the show, and he's a lot smarter than the characters are giving him credit for. But
in the Hulkscape or just in general?
Just in general.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely on the run.
The art is awesome.
The art is phenomenal. It is like some of the best art I've ever seen in
I
comics.
love the lighting on him.
A lot of old pros are sharing Nick Klein's stuff too. It's just really well done. He's coloring everything himself. He does have a fill-in artist on this issue on 27 because I'm sure it takes him forever to draw that art on those pages. But some of the other books is just incredible. But basically, there's like a werewolf god that's trying to get Hawk's gamma power to like break out of hell. And it's been really interesting, like the tug of war between the two. Hawk's got like a young kid sidekick who gets lycanthropy like abilities, like by wearing a skin, and so they become a monster, and Hawk's trying to like balance out the monster in them and the monster in himself. So it has that old school like Bruce Banner walking down the road like lonely kind of thing, but it's a traveling story where like even Bucky popped in the last issue to try to like settle things down, and like he was like, I'm getting out of here, this is crazy, way beyond like what I can do.
What's up, guys?
I love that they haven't dropped the true kind of horror motif with Hulk in a
They're
while.
running with it. I jumped in late. I came in at like issue 12, went back, read everything, and then because of the art, I love the artist, so I stayed on it. Plus, it's monsters. It's just been consistent. Like I years ago when I read that Batman getting married story for 75 issues, I was like, what a waste. Like I read all
yeah,
that.
oh my God.
You know what I mean? But I feel like with this one, like it's building me. It's building me this Hawkscape universe where, like it's kind of like in his mind, but it's in another dimension, and Banner's in there like all trapped, kind of like Ripley from Alien Resurrection, the clones, like he's all webbed into the gamma, and he's like,
that's cool.
Always, anytime something dead appears in a scene, Banner speaks to Hawk through it. Like it's really
that's cool.
Man. Yeah, it's a really intellectual storyline that's building mythology there. The writer Philip Johnson, but I mean, like that's a different thing. Whereas they're not just trying to do like, oh, here's a new person who's the Hulk.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a unique and it's a unique take that builds the Hulk mythos, and I think that's a big change. Is instead of combining characters to just stretch out the runtime until you have an interesting book,
right.
You have a book that does more to build the mythos around the character opposed to just wasting time. Like, for example, I'm not a big Aquaman fan, but I did love that one book where they were talking about the slums of Atlantis, where all of a sudden there was like the lower levels of Atlantis, and you started seeing some very different elements that you're not expected to see in an Aquaman book. And like that he's the king of Atlantis is now in areas that I had no idea existed in the kingdom of Atlantis. I thought that was a cool way. It broadens the mythos.
What kind of Atlanteans lived in that hood?
One was like an orca dude.
Like bottom feeder type people.
He doesn't matter because he's black and white.
Did you know that Aquaman's costume is actually a prison uniform? It's an Atlantean prison uniform.
What? I did not know that.
That's
really.
Yeah.
That's why he's orange.
The orange and green is
frozen in an orange
prison.
jumpsuit.
Yo,
he's in a shiny,
uniform,
scaly.
Apes and finds out he's the prince of Atlantis.
I love that. No idea, and I love the fact that he was never thought to like take it off.
right?
Yeah,
like you have a new wardrobe, buddy. You can change. You can switch it up. You got the throne, pal.
By all means, go topless.
No, we don't need more Namors.
Hey.
We don't need more Namors.
Namor has a suit.
Namor just needs
wings.
pants is what Namor needs.
Namor was always in his underwear, right?
Yeah, Namor needs pants. Namor's
true.
walking around in people's houses in Speedos. I'm just saying, you
mind
would
if
have
I
a
sit
problem
here?
with that. If Buzz was walking around here in a Speedo, you'd be like, Buzz, we got to talk, pal. This is not, this isn't okay.
Quit flirting with me, Manny.
All right, let me run through a couple here. I also read the Ultimates 14. I thought that was actually really good.
That was dope.
Really liked the introduction of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and the way they brought them in was very cool. That was a pleasant surprise.
Cool.
Still loving Hawkeye. I love the new Hawkeye. Cap's still great. Like, it's a good book.
Listen, I love the way they had Cap in that. Well, first off, you see on the front cover, there's Wanda and Pietro.
I thought that was the Guardians of the Galaxy, because remember, their Guardians are
Yeah,
OP
that's what I
as hell.
thought.
That's what I thought
too.
that was.
But that fight with Cap and that showed the strategy of Cap and why he is the leader of all situations. It's like when things go wrong, who do you lean to? That man. No one else. and you see what happens when you don't, because Hawkeye definitely got them in a situation that could have got them killed.
I'll tell you what, though, Pietro was throwing some hands, man.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of them.
Pietro.
no, it was a good book. The Ultimates is waxes and wanes. Every once in a while, they'll drop a book, and you're like, "This is supposed to be some big climactic moment." And you're like, "That was a letdown." And then all of a sudden, the next story that they start going, "All right, that's interesting." It doesn't nail the ending, but it definitely the lead up has all been great.
I think they just been trying to do a little too much with the Ultimates, but I get why. Because
You're right. Cap should have his own book.
100%. Yes.
Right. They should all have their own books instead of what they're doing, because I don't really care for any of the Ultimates as much. Cap got his own book, so I care about it. And Iron Lad, because he's so part and parcel to the actual story, but not a one of them else after that I care about. She-Hulk couldn't care. Hawkeye is pretty cool. Just until every time. Here's where Hawkeye starts to get dumb, is when he admits that he's not good at what he does without his suit.
Yeah, that messed me up. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, he sucks at what he does. No, he's all technology. This Hawkeye is all technology. He just shoots and hopes for the best, and the tech does the work. All right, One World Under Doom, Gods #1. I have a completely different take on Win now.
Uh-oh.
So Red Wind versus Doom was an interesting book. So first off, Jonathan Hickman's Gods book was where we first met Win, and when everybody said the same thing, that Win is the Constantine of the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
And this whole book is about that Doom, because he's the Sorcerer Supreme, has a lot of responsibilities that he's unaware of, and Win forgot about one of them, which is that there are demons that try to eat the sun, and that there are spells around the sun's core that keeps the demons from consuming the sun. And that Win forgot to tell anybody about it, and is now he's like, we got to go like fix these spells, because it's part of your job as the Sorcerer Supreme. So we got to like get and do this. And Doom's being very Doom, but it's not really about them as much as it's about his apprentice, who you meet a lot in the Gods book. Mm-hmm. What this made me realize is that Win isn't really Constantine. Win is Doctor Who. Win is Marvel's Doctor Who. Because he's an immoral that's been alive for entirely too long, that doesn't have a really good grasp and connection to humanity, but he relies on his companion to keep him grounded and centered into the broader scheme of time and how it all relates to people in their lives. So he is Constantine, but he's also very much Doctor Who. And it's not a bad book. You do not need to read it, though. This is not a necessity. I only read it because it was Win, and I really was like, oh, cool, we get to see him in more stuff. It's not important at all.
Sidebar. I want them to do all these unnamed tasks in a Doctor Strange book. It seems he has a lot of things he needs to take care of that they never talk about, which would be wildly interesting in his own book. Like,
he at one point he goes, you have this responsibility, you got to take care of it. He goes, I already put Spider-Man on it. If he doesn't do it, he's going to die. Problem solved. And I'm like, whoa. Okay. Needless to say, Spider-Man did die a lot in that book.
Yeah. Unfair to Peter. Shoot.
So yeah, this isn't important. If you care about the world of gods, it's worth a read. But if you care about One World Under Doom, it's not important. All right, and then the other one, Moshko, you read this with me. Long Halloween 8 was awesome.
Yeah, unlike the Hush going on in Batman
Hush
right
terrible,
now.
But Long Halloween, Long Halloween is a pleasure to read every week or every month, every 2 months, whatever this thing.
Is that how long it took? It felt like it did take a little longer to get.
I love the whole. Since you put the image up, I love the whole Batman trying his hardest to stop Solomon Grundy. Like, I'm a friend, dude. Chill, chill, man.
Don't hit me, man.
But yeah, the storyline of this book has been. It's been really cool seeing how they're tying in all of the elements and the whole holiday killer. And like, I like that they brought in Calendar Man. I thought he had a really cool scene. I love Catwoman showing up in the prison where everyone thinks the guy's crazy because he's talking to himself, but if somehow Selena got into the room with him. I'm trying to be vague on purpose, man. This is a book worth reading.
Yeah. What I will say, how about Penguin?
Penguin. I love that they made a penguin again.
Isn't it like in this particular issue? Wasn't that like the most? Well, to me, it was the most like grotesque.
Tim Burton. They went straight Tim
disgusting
Burton.
penguin
Ooh.
I've seen in books in a long time.
Really tiny little jagged teeth, and he's
Yeah.
eating fish heads.
Ah,
I mean, it's like
I wish I had like the photo here for it, but
straight Danny DeVito.
That's the penguin we know.
I see.
Well,
that,
not really. I mean, it depends on the penguin. I mean, there's that. Like he has penguin-y sounds, or then there's the Gotham penguin who walked a little funny, but didn't really did anything penguin-y.
Yeah.
And then there's Gangster Penguin, who we got in the Batman, plus in the what's it called, the Arkham series.
Yeah.
So there's so many variations of the penguin that getting one that's actually fishy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, is it Becky Cloonan, the artist on that? Is that what I saw?
good question.
I saw Moshko have the book up. I
haven't read it.
I like how you said it, and we both just features, and I just was like, Moshko.
Yeah, no, I pulled the.
Go to your history, man. People are waiting. This is why we have a baby Huey.
What
It
I was
is,
gonna say was-
yeah, Becky Cloonan,
Yeah,
artist.
she is I believe she's an Eisner winner and like does a lot of stuff with Dark Horse and Image that's like horror related. So having her on that book would certainly add to that mystique, and probably why it's also late because the American artists are always late.
I speak from experience. Mister gets everything done in 15 minutes. Like, I had an
I just
idea.
Make it look like
Here
15.
it is.
I make it look like 15. I'm already 2 days ahead of you.
All right. Well,
Becky's work's amazing though. I got to check it out. I didn't realize she was drawing it, and I'm behind, so I'll probably have to grab the trade.
I'm very happy.
This is definitely a trade to get.
because it's I'll buy a trade of this even though I'm reading all the floppies, just because it's
Nice.
one of those books that I think it's
Floppy.
It pisses
It's
me
more-
off because it looks like something I would absolutely love and want to read, but because I've already committed to these other titles to keep up with in the show, I like miss out on like everything. I can only read 4 to 6 books a week tops, and it's like I want to read it all, man, but I just
I'm right
can't.
there with you.
We should just compare to read piles.
We should do that. Just do a
We
whole
should
show of our
definitely-
read piles. Just like,
Yeah.
all right, here's what I missed for the last 3 months.
Yeah, like I went and bought all the Transformers trades, and I can barely crack through them.
Oh, I'll tell you, the first couple are going to be great. They're
Daniel
quick
Ward
reads.
doesn't. Yeah.
They're very quick reads. But I will say that's the thing with Long Halloween, without giving anything away, is that when I get my books each week, because the OCD in me comes out, and I immediately organize them and how I plan on reading them, because I usually read a few books every morning, so that I just kind of have like in a pile in the way that I want to read them. And I put all the Ultimates above Long Halloween. I put in Gods above Long Halloween. And it's just, for some reason, I keep putting it down lower in the books I plan on reading until I start it. And I'm like, why was this not number one? This is like the best book I'm reading outside of Ultimate. My Ultimate Spider-Man's obviously going to win this week. There was no
Yeah.
way.
So
There
this
he
is
is.
this is from the
Wow.
first issue. I don't think this even does justice on
No.
what you see in issue 8.
Not at all.
But yeah, same idea.
It's cool.
But he's a fish man.
Fish, man.
I like they kind of got him doing that sound too. And it, wow.
You hear it when you
Brooke
read it.
Meredith from Batman 66.
All right. Well, how about you, P Features? I see you got a couple extra books here.
Yeah, I got 2 extra. One was Mega Man X Timelines, which if you're a fan of Mega Man, then you
Talking to the microphone.
You're absolutely right.
Thank
If you're a fan of Mega Man, you kind of know the backstory, but this kind of starts off with Mega Man himself and Zero, who is the Mega Man with the cape and the sword that everybody's like, oh, this one's cooler. But it pretty much shows like how Mega Man's abilities come to play and what he's meant to be in that world. So it's really the beginning of his origins, which is kind of cool. I don't really remember Mega Man.
Do you have to
again
read the
like
books
that.
in a certain order to get to the end?
No.
Yes, 1, and then 2, and then alphabetical is probably usually the best way to go about it. Starting at 1.
Come on, that's a great classic Nintendo joke right there. Come on.
Hey, you didn't give me anything for my Cloak and Dagger joke. I'm not giving you nothing for your Nintendo joke.
But overall, the Mega Man is a fun read, and I probably will pick up issue 2. It's going to
If anybody was going to, it was going to be you.
of course. And then I have this book,
Dude.
Missionary.
No. All right.
We have technology, man. Come on.
Oh man, there we go. Yeah, Missionary.
Sick.
This came in a not safe for work cover. Like a big
Yeah.
bag around it that
And you know what? I did the wildest wrong thing. I read it while at work on break, but definitely should not have opened that first page.
I'm sure that's true. I also like how the video we have of you dancing around picking all your books, the only one you see you grab is the one that says not safe for work. That's features.
I didn't notice that.
But that is issue 3 of it. What it seems like is it's about a guy who.
Did you read the first 2?
No, I didn't.
Wait.
I just saw that when I picked it up.
Especially when you're that close to number 1.
We got a lore dump here, gentlemen. We're learning about P features. You saw Not Safe for Work and didn't care what issue it was, did you?
No.
You didn't give a damn. You saw 4 letters and was like, well, I'm spending money on this.
Also, I just want to say that Blood Hunt kind of got me in this kind of mood where if I see a plastic bag over it, it seems like it might be important, so I'll probably get it.
It wasn't the plastic bag. It was the NSFW. Don't try. Don't you dare. You know why I know that's not true? Because Werewolf by Night's been coming out with that same damn bag, and you ain't pick up not a one of them.
Where is said bag?
Wait, I have. Wait, look.
All right. Night's still early.
But it is interesting. The lead character seems like he has like this demon that's like following him, and he has
is the demon inside of him?
Not quite.
No.
I gotta stop the amount of jokes I want to make, or it's just gonna get in so much trouble.
But it's trailing him, and the premise is it needs him to help save the world. So it's you meet these 2 other demons in hell, so he has to go through hell to get to another place, and he talks to God through a simple prayer, and God actually comes through, and he kind of responds to him almost a dick. Like, and it's not what you would expect God to be.
You really shouldn't say things like that.
I
We're
know.
talking about a not safe for work book because I don't know how literal you're being.
That's true.
How sacrilegious is this book?
It leans definitely on a sacrilegious.
Left or right? Left or right?
Hey,
Little on the left. Oh,
but it is pretty good. If I see the next issue, I'm probably going to pick it up. I'll keep you guys updated.
I like how when I tell a series of terrible jokes, I'll a lot of times look at Moshko because I'm looking for the subtle nod, like good one. Now I look over at Buzz as well, and I haven't quite figured out Buzz as far as humor yet. So every once in a while, I know I get a big reaction. Every once in a while, I look over and he just does this.
That ain't it, bro.
Yeah, I let him down on that one.
Sometimes I miss stuff too, because I'm like listening and I'm trying to catch up.
All right. Well, we are several minutes past what I said we were going to do, so I think that means it's time to wrap it up. We said 30 to 45 minutes, and it's 57. So or 50.
We're under an hour.
Hey, that's a
That's a
win.
first.
Yeah, that's a win. So I'm going to do that thing. You can find the show at That Comic Podcast everywhere online. That's at That Comic Podcast, your social media choice, unless it's Twitter or X, which is That Comic Pod. But again, thatcomicpodcast.com. You will find the merch store, Baby Huey's Toy Reviews, other things. But also make sure you're checking out all of our socials. We have pretty much everything at this point, although we only seem to use Instagram and but we have a Reddit now. Lance has set up a Reddit, so that r/That Comic Podcast, but more importantly, head over to YouTube. So all this stuff you can see on our YouTube page, and YouTube right now is our big focus. Seeing as how we want to make this switch from audio to video even more than just our clips. So I love the fact that you guys are loving our clips, but make sure you head over to YouTube as well to see the full video. Show us a little love there because we really would like to turn this more into a video show. And yeah, we're trying to get that traction. So if you listen, go watch later on.
Hulk smash that like button.
We
And
would
subscribe.
love to do live shows where people can leave comments and we talk about
that'd be cool.
those comments. So
That'd be-
please do that now. Leave those comments.
Speaking of comments, I'm so sorry. It is the first. It's not the first. The first
of the
first dropped
month.
a couple days ago. But we said the first show after the first, we were going to announce the winner of Buzz's giveaway from the Superman cover.
Hey.
And I believe we settled on somebody, didn't we, Features?
I believe so.
Didn't we already do the thing? I mean, let's be honest. It's our first giveaway, so there was only so many comments. So it was 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Was so all right. Drum roll. Features. Who won?
Azriel DiCaprio.
Hey, Azriel. You were the worst Batman. Sorry. You weren't personally the worst Batman. Your name is the worst Batman.
Wow.
Sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you're wonderful. But yes, we will be reaching out to you soon if you haven't already heard from us, and we will make sure to get your contact information and send you our little care package of the awesome sketch cover that Buzz did, plus those retro stickers. And that was our first giveaway. We will have another one shortly. Buzz already did the work, so we haven't really put it out and about, but Buzz already did it because Buzz is way faster than the rest of us.
And also, guys, don't forget, if you're looking for custom work or even a tattoo job,
Hey, thank you guys.
slide into Bud's DMs. Slide in.
Slide
He's
it
there
in.
for you.
Let's open slots in August.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't like the way you guys are saying this. I don't like it.
Hit me up
Definitely
if you
go
want
support
thumbs
the
up.
man, but don't word it that way.
There are open appointments for August.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm always
yes.
available for any kind of commission, tattoo, or life advice.
Oh my God. Don't open up that can of worms. Also, I'm going to get a text message from Buzz in like 2 months like, I wish I never said that.
Or it would be, hey, I have this whole new business I didn't think I would have.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true. It's
Working
just
out.
me hitting him up going, I don't know how I feel nowadays, man.
It'll be
I
$10 on Cash App.
All right, deuces.
Excelsior.
Salmashko.
That's right. I meant to.
I'm featured.
Bugs.
That's that, huh?